For nearly 2 full hours, the battlefield echoed not with key blasts, but with memories. Danny and Jack pushed past their limits, reliving childhoods forged in the fires of the 1990s. After-school TV glow, carpeted living rooms, power levels scribbled in notebooks. They spoke of heroes, of training arcs disguised as recess, and of the legendary creator whose influence shaped an entire generation, Akira Toriyama. But just as the energy reached its peak, just as the conversation began to transcend nostalgia, disaster struck. The clock revealed the unthinkable truth. This podcast had surpassed 2 hours. With their stamina depleted and their recording equipment screaming in agony, the hosts were forced to retreat. Yet before escaping the battlefield, Danny and Jack made a fateful promise. Next time, they would go deeper, past the childhood memories, past the influence, straight into the heart of Dragon Ball Z itself. What moments truly defined the saga? Which transformations changed them forever? And will they finally answer the question that has haunted fans for decades? Who was their favorite Z fighter, and why? Find out next time on Part 2. Same podcast, same hosts, but a much higher power level. To be continued.
Here's something, too, about why I like Super so much and why I think it's so respectful to the original material. Because it takes place between the epilogue of the original. Like, that's what
10-year gap.
That's what I mean about the respect for the original author and authorial intent. Because, like, you look at something like Star Wars. I know I'm not going to derail this discussion.
But you're going to derail this discussion.
But George Lucas had made those first 6 films, and then he may have had intent and idea to do future chapters, but he ultimately did not. Mm-hmm. Even if he gave notes to Disney and their team to be like, hey, I'd really like you to explore this, he didn't continue the story. Not in the way that he wanted.
Right.
Whereas Dragon Ball had this like constant dialogue with the original creator when they wanted to continue it.
Yeah.
Star Wars went off and did its own thing. And to be completely honest, that's why the sequel trilogy is so divisive, I think, because it had no roadmap. It didn't really respect the original material, I think, from what I've seen, because it just said, we're going to continue the story even though you ended the original arcs in the way that you wanted, and we're going to ignore a lot of that with stuff like Palpatine and the dark side and the First Order. Like, if you saw if you do any reading on what George Lucas had intended, it was not going to be the direction that Disney took it, like, at all. So when
Shocker.
Right. So when I look at something like Dragon Ball, what I appreciate is the fact that, like, Super takes place between that 10-year gap, between the end of the Buu arc and the epilogue, the end of Z arc. Mm-hmm. And Toriyama's intent, at least with the original story as we saw it, seems to have been that Goku rides off into the sunset with Oob.
Yep.
And that's, spoilers, that's the
way to give away the ending.
Way to give away the ending. And that's basically like he passes the torch. And I think that's beautiful.
Right.
And what's frustrating about GT is that it undoes that in some regard, to me.
Right.
Because it basically says, hey, he rides off into the sunset. Now there's a whole bunch of other...
Because Dragon Ball GT takes place after that episode.
It takes place after the Oob arc.
Right.
And that's why, like, there are some fans who are like, I really want Super to move beyond End of Z. And I'm like, if they do, I really don't want them to move far beyond it. Because I really want them... It even says in the final chapter something to the extent of, I'm sure there will be other problems that Goku and his friends run into, but they'll always have the Dragon Balls.
Right.
And that's how it ends.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
So, like, this idea of, like, undoing... That's why I like Daima and Super, because they prop up the original storytelling.
And they fit in.
They fit in nicely.
Right.
But, like,
nicely...
yeah, maybe not nicely. Everything,
sometimes they fit nicely.
Maybe not everything. Sometimes they fit nicely. Sometimes they have good intent. I think the overall goal with them is to respect what came before.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that should be like a blueprint that
all art should do when you're making adaptations, at least.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the
What's
adaptation
the
can
Tolkien quote?
exist.
I hate to
Yeah,
bring,
yeah.
I know. I don't hate to bring Tolkien into this. 'Cause
No, please,
think-
please. I went off on Star Wars for a little bit.
Yeah. There's a Tolkien quote about, he actually makes, he talks about adaptations in one of his letters
really?
that he wrote. Yeah.
Oh. I'd be curious to hear that. Yeah. 'Cause, yeah.
Let's see if I can find it quick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so one of the letters he said, quote, I would draw some of the great tales in fullness. Great tales talking about like his own tales, like Baron and Luthien, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And leave many only placed in the scheme and sketched. The cycles should be linked to a majestic whole, yet leave scope for other minds and hands, wielding paint and music and drama.
Wow.
That's not the one I was thinking of, but that's one of his quotes that he has on.
I love that.
On leaving room for other artists to collaborate and adapt.
Yeah.
But I think maybe hidden in that is him saying, still respect the original work.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Linked to a majestic whole is the kind of the phrase that he says there, where I think that he's got that feeling.
Yeah.
Like, yes, this is all part of the big thing, right?
Yep.
But there should be room for other people to add their own work, but still respect the original author's original intent.
Yep. Yeah.
What's the opinion on film adaptations? He was very critical on film adaptations.
Was he?
Yeah, he
Oh,
was.
I'm really
He actually he
As
like
a
shot
filmmaker.
down a couple like radio and film adaptations during his lifetime that people wanted to do.
Well, good. Because you should be choosy on that stuff.
We could probably get into that at a different time, but
yeah. Wow.
Okay, here's the quote I was thinking of. So he got a film proposal sent to him, and this was the letter back to the proposers.
Sure. Okay.
And in this letter, he outlined all the reasons why he thought their idea was trash, basically.
That's great.
Themes he dislikes included are needless shortening of elapsed time in the narrative, disregard of proper seasonal changes, addition of new action sequences, previewing elements of the story that should appear later in the narrative. Some of the quotes that he gave in this letter, I'm not going to read them all, but this is the one that I was thinking of. I would ask them to make an effort of imagination sufficient to understand the irritation and on occasion the resentment of an author who finds, increasingly as he proceeds, his work treated as it would seem carelessly in general, in places recklessly, and with no evident signs of any appreciation of what it is all about. The canons of narrative and in any medium cannot be wholly different, and the failure of poor films is often precisely in exaggeration, and in the intrusion of unwarranted matter owing to not perceiving where the core of the original lies.
What a beautiful way to sum up adaptation.
I could not say it better.
Yeah, no, impossible.
Right? The canons of narrative art cannot be wholly different.
Yeah, well, that's so great. And again, that's why I appreciate Super and Daima so much.
Yeah.
Because they're not wholly different. Like, absolutely, I think the original material, the original Dragon Ball material is the best.
Right.
Like, that would be a fun thing to touch on, like, at least quickly.
Yeah.
Like, your favorite arc or moment from Dragon Ball. I
Yeah.
mean, I think the best shonen arc ever comes from Dragon Ball, and that is the Namek saga, the first Frieza saga. I love everything about that.
That's really good.
I think it's just so well polished and has such a great, like, what's going to happen here? Oh, this person has the Dragon Balls. Oh, this person's getting them. And it builds
the
in
building
such a
of it
satisfying
all.
way.
It is very good.
Yeah.
So I think one of the things he's saying too is like he's acknowledging that if you adapt it to a different medium, it's going to be different. It has to be different.
Yep.
Right? You cannot make a 1-for-1 manga to anime adaptation.
Yeah.
But you have to try and preserve at least the core of the original somehow, right?
Yep.
So, and I think that's what you were kind of getting at with GT, is it kind of shatters the core of the original in a way.
Yeah.
Or at least it doesn't add to it, or it tries to add to it in ways that are unwarranted.
That's my feeling, is that I feel like it adds a lot extra that is not needed. Like, I mean, and to be honest, that's part of why I don't like Super Saiyan 4, because so many people who like it, which is totally fine, that's their opinion and they're allowed to like it. This is not a definitive, Dragon Ball stance that like Super Saiyan 4
You must
bad.
not like Dragon Ball
Super
Saiyan 4 ever.
Well,
no one should ever like it.
And clearly, like,
that's not what we're saying.
Daima has Super Saiyan 4 in it. Another spoiler.
Right.
But like, I think Daima handled it a lot better. It's still messy, but I think it handled it better than GT did. What I ultimately didn't like about it is I felt like the point of Super Saiyan 3 was saying like, this is the max. This is the max that you can get on your own.
And it's almost untenable. It's unreasonable.
It's like, this isn't a great solution. It's literally just like bulldozing through, being like, I'm going to go further beyond.
It's like taking what Vegeta did to try and achieve Super Saiyan 2 and just like taking it further and saying, well, we're just going to buff up more. And it's like, okay, that clearly actually doesn't work. We need to approach it differently, right?
Yeah, like it's not a great solution to the problem of how do you get more powerful. And Battle of Gods, the first arc in the Super continuity, which is a continuation from Z, like, what is it? Like 2 years later or whatever, after Boo or something like that.
Something like 2 or 3, something like that. Right.
I mean, it's just funny to me because, and again, like, maybe we'll have an answer as we go into the future with the Dragon Ball series, but you and I spent quite a bit of time looking at both the Battle Gods movie and the Super anime and the panel from the Super manga, where Goku basically says, I'm at my limit. I can't beat Beerus. Yeah. Like, I've tapped into Super Saiyan 3. Yeah. The only thing I could see us doing is fusing, but even that won't be enough. Right. And that's what's cool about the God Key and God arcs is, like, again, debatable and everything, but they get into, here's a new level.
And it's almost Toriyama's way of saying, like, look, my anime is not just buff guy gets buffer and beats up bad guy. Yep. Like, because he basically writes into the story that doesn't work. Yep. With Super Saiyan 3. Yep.
Yeah. And so the way that Daima handled Super Saiyan 4 was interesting to me because it becomes like, he didn't just achieve this on his own. He couldn't have. It was sort of a solution for a very unique problem at the time. Right. And we honestly don't know how it fits into the greater continuity.
Yeah, that has yet to be seen. Yeah. I did find some information on Kansenshu.com about Toriyama's involvement with GT. Just on the GT page here. Yeah. Beyond creating the title and logo, this is a quote from the website. Beyond creating the title and logo of the series, providing designs for the main characters, and drawing a few promotional illustrations, original manga author Akira Toriyama had very little involvement with the series' development and production. The main staff of the series also experienced some significant changes, with the majority leaving to pursue other endeavors or work on other toy series. So it goes on and on, but that's kind of more or less what we were saying, is like, he was involved tangentially, sort of, but was not.
He signed off on it, like, as an idea, but he wasn't actively involved. Whereas in Super, like, they constantly were having conversation with him, being like, actually, he gave them notes, and then they went and adapted it, and he's like, well, here's what I would change, here's what you should change. They never made a decision without consulting him. Right. Like, he was never like, I wouldn't have done that. Yep. He's just kind of like,
even if it wasn't his idea, he might have been like, oh, that's a good idea, go for it, or or no, I don't like that idea, try and come up with something different, or here's what I'm thinking. And like, it was more of that kind of style of collaboration versus, hey, just greenlight it.
Yep. And I think what's fascinating is that you have like two different teams interpreting his work differently, because like, you look at different arcs, which again, we'll get into this more when we actually get to Super, but I think you look at stuff like the Tournament of Power, or the Future Trunks Goku Black arc. And it's like, oh, there's very different things, very different beats that are happening, but the overall events are the same. The overall story is the same. And I think that's really cool because you can kind of parse, if you look at both of them, you can be like, okay, Toriyama's intent was probably that this thing happened, but how it happened was kind of interesting because the two teams interpreted it a little bit differently and gave their different ideas on it. So, yeah.
Right. So all that to say, I think the way this show is going to pretty much work is like we'll pick a segment of chapters probably to read and discuss. My plan is to watch the corresponding anime episodes alongside those chapters. So it might end up being, it's chapter 1, but it's like episodes 1 through 6 or whatever. Yeah, because there's filler material and whatever else, and Gohan cries a lot and things like that.
Yes, yes, he does.
Gosh, that first episode of Zeke drives me crazy.
Yeah.
It's just anyway
going off the waterfall.
It's just like 15 minutes of Gohan crying. Like, stop.
You can see why Piccolo wanted to beat him with a stick.
Like, you're worse than Shinji.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I hate. Sorry, I'm not gonna get on. I'm not gonna derail onto Evangelion.
Oh yeah, you're not a big fan of Shinji.
Oh man, he's such a whiny. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's more or less what we're gonna do. We're gonna go chapter by chapter, which kind of leads into who the show is for.
Yes.
I believe this show should be for everyone. Like, if you want to learn more about Dragon Ball, watch the show. If you've never read or seen Dragon Ball before, follow along with us.
Yeah.
Come along on our journey.
We don't want to gatekeep.
No, exactly. Right. And I guess the other thing would be like, we're going to read along with the manga. And we're saying like the manga is king, blah, blah, blah. If you're not into the Dragon Ball world, which if you're listening to this and you're not into the Dragon Ball world, not sure how you found us, but if you are listening and you have not really been in the Dragon Ball world, or you've only seen the anime or whatever, we're not gonna gatekeep you from however you want to get into the fandom more. Like again, for me, I came into the fandom through watching Dragon Ball Z.
Same.
As a 90s, early 2000s child.
Yep.
And that's how I got into it. It's the same way that I got into Tolkien. I got into Tolkien by watching the Peter Jackson films.
Yes.
I didn't read the books first. So I didn't even get into Pokemon from the original. I played Pokemon Silver first.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
okay.
that was my first. Cool. I thought it was the original game because I was dumb and a child.
But you went back and you were like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was like, wait, what is this Pokemon Red? This must be a knockoff.
Oh, wow.
So I was stupid anyway.
Yeah. No.
So however you want to get into the world is fine. It's great.
Yeah.
If you want to play the game, the Kakarot game, which does a really good job, I think, of succinctly going through the original story.
Yep.
Do it. And follow along with us. But I think the show is for anyone who wants to learn more about the world of Dragon Ball.
Agreed. Yeah, and hopefully you learn with us because I'm going to be learning. We're going to be learning.
Yep.
Like I think it's just going to be an opportunity for us to collect a lot of Dragon Ball ideas together and like have a nice deep dive on. It's why we're journeying to the east, because we want to get back to the roots of it,
right? And
not just like rewatch it and be like, oh, I thought this was cool. It's like, okay, let's have a little bit more substance to the discussion.
Right. Oh, this transformation sucks. Like,
it's like, okay, sure. Like, I can acknowledge that just because I don't necessarily like Super Saiyan 4 doesn't mean it doesn't have value to the discussion. Right. I understand that there's things about it that has value. The Daima Super Saiyan 4.
Yes, the real one.
The real one. Anyway.
Yeah.
If you like GT and that transformation, that's fine.
That's fine. And like, I would not be opposed to eventually getting into GT.
Yeah, we could do a whole,
it because I think it is worth discussing because it is Dragon Ball. Even though it's not Toriyama led, spearheaded. Yeah. It's Toriyama influenced and Toriyama inspired.
And like the crew behind it, like they wanted.
So So I would not be opposed to getting into it. We're just not going to talk about it right away.
Yeah, it's not our focus. I mean, we'll just kind of see. I could see this podcast we get to the end of whatever Super is, and If it's still ongoing, which I mean, I imagine will be a long time in the future. Hopefully, it won't still be ongoing. But maybe we take a break, or maybe we say, hey, like we're gonna go on a hiatus.
Yep.
Or we'll do these one-off things. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, this won't go forever. This is just sort of a hey, we're gonna delve into the roots of this story, cover as much of it as we can, and then that's sort of it.
Talk about the influences that Toriyama had.
Yeah.
And the influences that the series had on other art forms too.
Yeah.
I think that's an important thing, is talking about the cultural influences.
Yeah.
In every way that we can think of. Yeah. So let's talk about our show title, Journey to the East.
Yes.
Maybe I'll let you explain why we picked that as our podcast show.
Yeah. So I mean, just real quick, I think the big inspiration that Toriyama has gone on record many times as saying something that he was striving for and that he wanted to sort of maybe not emulate in structure and like beat by beat, but he was inspired a lot by the classical Chinese story Journey to the West with Sun Wukong.
Yes.
Which I guess Son Goku is the Japanese name of Sun Wukong.
Yep.
So that's funny.
Yeah, it's really funny.
But yeah, I like our whole intent with titling the podcast Journey to the East is again to get back to the roots of that inspiration and to like do a little bit of a deeper dive on, okay, so why was Toriyama influenced by Journey to the West? And what about it was impactful to him, and maybe can we see as the connective tissue between Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball is its own thing, but clearly, like, I haven't gotten as far as you have, I think, in Journey to the West, but the little bit that I have, like, I can definitely see the influence already.
Yeah. In some ways, Sun Wukong, or we'll just call him Monkey.
Yes.
He is, in some ways, Goku.
Yes.
In some ways, he's very not Goku.
Yeah. He seems very mean-spirited.
He is kind of a jerk.
Yeah. Like, Goku, I never found as, like, a jerk. Maybe Saiyan forms of, like, before he came to Earth. I mean, he was a baby.
Yeah.
But, like, his dad, Bardock, and, like, clearly Vegeta.
Yeah.
Who never got the concussion that Goku did.
Brain trauma.
Yes, yeah. Goku is the greatest inspiration for anyone with a TBI.
Oh my
gosh. Like, he just has a permanent traumatic brain injury and becomes the greatest like hero in shonen history.
He's like Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I just kept running.
I just kept running.
I just kept transforming.
Oh my
man.
Gosh. Yeah. So Journey to the West is that Chinese novel, which is very long, and there's a few translations out there. I would encourage people to go read it. I'm listening to the audiobook, which is not 100 chapters, or it's over 100 chapters.
Something like that. Yeah.
The audiobook I'm listening to is 26 chapters. So the translator took quite a bit of material out. I'm guessing mostly filler material and poetic material, because there's a lot of poetic and like lay type storytelling in there too. Yeah. But the gist of the story is in the audiobook that I'm listening to. And it's been fun. It's a fun story.
It is.
I'm really enjoying it.
There's a lot of like Dragon Ball humor in it that you can see.
Right.
You know, like when Sun Wukong, Goku, like goes, or Monkey, whatever we want to call him, when he goes to the teacher the first time because he wants to become immortal, and to
learn the way.
Yeah. And there was like, I forget exactly what it was, because there's that audiobook is hours long. Like I'm listening to a free version on YouTube that like a Chinese translator is like really good at like delving into, and there's some joke that like Monkey mishears the teacher, and the teacher's like, "You idiot, that's not what I meant." And that's like such a Dragon Ball like line. It's like, "Oh, like I do this." And it's like, "No, you buffoon, that's not what."
Right.
Yeah.
And in some ways Monkey is very stupid, but in some ways he's also very smart.
Yeah.
Like I think the way I was hearing that is like he didn't understand what the teacher was saying.
Yes.
But then when the teacher did like this really subliminal, like he bonked him on the head a couple times and then walked out the back door of the dojo or wherever they were, the temple.
Mm-hmm.
And then Monkey instantly knew, oh, I need to come back to his room through the back door at 3 a.m. because he hit me on the head 3 times and went out the back door.
Yeah.
And like, how did you figure that out?
Yeah.
But you couldn't understand the analogies he was making for finding eternal life. Like basically saying it's easier to go through, like to borrow like a biblical term, like to go through the eye of a needle, to fit a camel through the eye of a needle than to attain or eternal life. Is like more or less the analogies he was, the type of analogies he was making.
Right.
And like Monkey didn't get those, but then he understood this like getting hit on the head. Oh,
yes.
I should come back at 3 a.m. So how did you... Stupid.
Well, and Goku's like that in Dragon Ball, where it's like you've never kissed your wife, like is the super thing, but you have like 3 kids or whatever, you know? And it's just a very, very Dragon Ball theme where it's like he's smart in other ways,
right?
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's the obvious like monkey tail inspiration to the original concept design for Goku was actually a monkey wearing a kung fu uniform, holding a staff.
Yeah.
Monkey has a staff also. The
similar to the power pole.
Similar to the power pole, very similar. He can change its size. Like he stores it behind his ear, like in like the size of like a needle, basically. And he puts it behind his ear, and then he brings it out and turns it into like a cudgel or a bat, basically, and hits people with it.
And transformations are a huge part.
Transformations, yep.
Not Super Saiyan.
No, and Goku doesn't transform, but Puar and Oolong do.
Yes, yeah.
Oolong is his pig companion. There's a pig companion in Journey to the West. You haven't gotten that far yet, I don't think. No, but there's eventually a pig companion, pig demon, that he fights and then eventually joins their party. The monk that he's traveling with is like the inspiration for Bulma. There's a Yamcha type character that comes in later who like fights him but like isn't a serious villain. And then eventually they become friends and journey together. And it basically like that, as I'm listening to it, it's kind of episodic like an anime would be. Like I keep getting flashbacks even to like Inuyasha, where it's like there's this overarching story of like trying to get to the end and fight what's the oh my gosh
in what
Inuyasha.
It's been forever. Like I've never gotten
I forgot the
thing.
big bad guy's name.
It
starts with an M. Anyway, they're trying to get there and fight Miraku.
Yes
Miraku.
Yeah.
They're trying to fight him, but like within that giant story there's just like little 1 to 3 episode story arcs that happen, and it's very classic. Like to me, I think of like a classic 90s anime, and a lot of them are like that, where it's like little tiny episodes and arcs within a larger one. Dragon Ball does that. Dragon Ball Z doesn't do that as much, but I think the original Dragon Ball does that more with like little tiny episodes, but then there's like the driving story throughout the whole thing. Serialized sitcoms are like that too. Yeah. Like How I Met Your Mother.
Story of the week.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Like each episode is its own story, or there might be a 2 episode story, right? But overall there's also this story happening, and that overall story is kind of being driven forward, which is different than maybe something like Breaking Bad, where each episode is part of the larger story. And is not its own little thing. Yeah.
It's not like as serialized. Yeah. Like the serialized is more Breaking Bad, where it's like super, super serialized. Right. And like Dragon Ball has that, but not.
I think more in Z.
Yes. Yeah. Like it has more like arcs heading towards a goal.
Right. Yeah. Right. So that anyway, Journey to the West sort of reads like that to me too. Where each chapter is kind of its own little story, but within that we're driving forward to the main quest and goal as well. Yeah. So I think he may have been inspired by that a little bit too. Like the story telling devices.
Yeah, no, you can definitely see a lot of the influence. And as I get more into Journey to the West, like I am curious to see the parallels, like especially as we make our way through the like Dragon Ball analysis of the story, and we start to see like how how that original work inspired it and how it's connected to it as time goes on as well. So, yeah.
So that is why we are called Journey to the East. Oh, Journey to the East, because we are looking at a piece of Eastern
we're in
art.
the West.
Yeah, we're in the West.
Probably should have said that.
Yeah,
but
yeah, right. So Journey to the East, looking at Dragon Ball as a product of Eastern media, at least as far as our perspective goes.
Yeah, and maybe one day we will make a great journey to the East.
I would love to go to Japan.
Yes.
And go to the
Dragon Ball,
the place where it happened.
Yes.
The room where it happened, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, one day.
Also go to the Pokemon Center.
There's a lot of,
because I'm still a child.
Mecca for us. Yeah.
would be. Yeah. I was close this last summer. I was in the Philippines.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They love Dragon Ball in the Philippines.
Really?
Oh, it's huge.
That's another thing that like Dragon Ball has like different like subcultures all over the world. Yeah. So I didn't realize it had a huge.
I know it's really big in the Latinx community too. And,
huge. Yeah.
It's just
like in Brazil, like
yeah,
they had these huge like watch parties for Super as like that series was finishing up.
Yep.
And like the Super Brawly movie, like its whole soundtrack is inspired by like those watch parties.
Oh really?
You know, with the like Brawly.
Oh yeah,
like,
sure.
Like the cheering that happens.
Oh.
At least I had heard that. I don't know how much of that is true, but
that could make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting, right?
Fascinating. Yeah. So we'll dive more, and I'm sure as we go through the story, we'll talk more about Journey to the West as an influence, as well as other things like Astro Boy, which I know inspired him greatly. Looking at how he may have been inspired by his past work too, like Arale.
Yes.
And Dr. Slump kind of being an influence on himself. Looking at how Star Wars influenced him, especially as far as like the sci-fi component of Dragon Ball goes.
Yeah.
His influence from Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan movies, and like your classic
Enter the Dragon.
Your classic Kung Fu era, like 70s and 80s Kung Fu movies. Yeah. From that time. All those different things. We'll kind of pull all those in, especially like the cameos that Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee make in Dragon Ball.
Yes.
Jackie Chung.
Yeah. Jackie Chan, the only character who's really like officially canonically beaten Goku.
Yep.
Like decisively.
Yeah.
And never seen again. Ever.
Odd.
Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah, very.
So
one of my favorite battles in Dragon Ball history for sure.
Oh yeah. That's the other reason to not skip on Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Like so good. Like the battles.
The battles are great. I think the battle between, I mean, it's at the end, right? But the battle between King Piccolo and Goku is just so good.
Like, even if you know where the series goes, it's that tension of the storytelling in the battling is a huge part of the series as well. Yeah.
So we'll get into the battles too. There's a great, there's a YouTube channel where he breaks down the fights.
You sent that to me.
I gotta find him. I gotta give him a shout out. I think they're brilliant.
Yeah, sort of like almost like a boxing commentary.
Yeah,
or like wrestling commentary. Yeah. Because I think you had sent me the Cell battle, which the Cell battle between Cell and Goku is just that is also a great.
Sensible Saiyan is the YouTube channel. Goku versus the one I sent you was Goku versus Cell was a technical masterclass.
Yes. Yeah.
And he breaks it down like does I think boxing style scoring with them, and like breaks down and their like the fight and like frame by frame goes through all the moves that they're doing and like the back and forth and like oh wow, they didn't just like animate this generically. They were actually thinking about how fighters fight.
Yep.
And trying to adapt that to visual. It's just so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah, and you see a lot of that in every respectable Dragon Ball media too. Like it's not just like mindless punching.
Yeah, he does like rounds and everything. There's 5 rounds to the fight. And then he gives final stats. He scored Cell higher. Yeah.
Which also, it makes sense how he scores it because of like Goku ultimately bows out because
He does. Yeah.
and like some people don't quite get that. They're like, what? But he was winning. It's like, yeah, no, he wasn't.
He wasn't
like,
winning. No.
Yeah. Like if you pay attention, technically, he realizes like,
Yeah.
there's no path forward with this. I better bow out now.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull from his video here just because we're on the topic and I like being derailed.
Yes.
Strike attempts Goku 456, Cell 636.
Wow.
Strikes landed Goku 46, Cell 61. Significant strikes, pretty much even. Goku 37, Cell 39.
Mm-hmm.
Strike connect percentage, Goku was at 10%, Cell was at 9.6%. So Goku was more accurate by 0.4%, which in boxing is a lot. Head/body percent, Goku was at 72% for the head, body shots 28%, Cell 87% head, 13% body shots.
Jeez. Yeah.
Yeah, so Goku took a lot of head damage, which is big in boxing too. Like that's how you get the knockouts.
And clearly, like, you know, he landed on this earth and had the concussion of
Yeah,
a lifetime.
right. Yeah.
So
yeah,
like he
Cell
can take
knew
a
the
lot
weak
of
spot.
yeah.
In the key attacks, this is interesting. Cell attempted 12 key attacks and landed 0 of them.
Interesting.
Goku attempted 4 and landed 2.
Wow. Okay, so Cell attempted a lot more key attacks.
Right, but didn't hit any.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's kind of fun seeing like somebody
Like break
analyze
it
the
down.
fight like that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I want to go after with this too, is like let's do that with some of this stuff. Like let's get into it. Whether it is the art or the story or the fight.
Yeah.
Like there's more to talk about than just, hey, they fought and Goku won.
Yeah, yeah.
There's more to talk about there. Right?
For sure. Yeah.
So yeah, that's why we named the episode Journey to the East.
Yeah.
Or the show, sorry.
Yes, yeah. We wanna see where this journey takes us and see what we can learn on it and how technical we can get. And like, you know, I'm wearing the shirt of the character. I think one of our favorite characters. Like obviously Goku's great.
He's my favorite. Gohan's my favorite.
Yes, Gohan is such a interesting and I think misunderstood character too. Because so many people on first pass, like maybe even myself at some point, said like, oh man, if Gohan would have just, you know, he would have just gone the route of Goku.
Yeah.
And it's like
my wife says that a lot.
Well, and there's nothing wrong with saying that and being like, oh, like why you have so much potential, but then like when you stop and you realize the trauma that kid went through.
Yep. His childhood is very different than Goku's.
Yes. He was basically a Vietnam War vet
by the age of 8.
Yeah. And so I can definitely understand him being like, nah, I'm good after Cell. Like, I'm good. Like, I don't need this. Yeah. And then you get into Super and he still has sort of this resurgence. But it's not his life. Like, he's not Goku.
Right.
And he never will be, and that's okay. But yeah, I think that's what's cool too, is like how Super is honored. Like a lot of the original like characters too, like Piccolo gets a lot more time to shine. And even like stuff with like the Mafuba, like that technique coming back.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
I love that they brought that back.
I love that they brought back things that are.
Or the power pole.
The power pole
is great.
And like Kaioken.
Yep.
And like it's not, which obviously that was early Z, but it's not just about, you know, oh, let's go to Super Saiyan 5 and let's like raise the power ceiling. Like that's not what it's about. Like that's not what the God transformations were about. It's not what Ultra Instinct is about. Like it's much more nuanced than that, which I find really interesting. So, yeah. I for one am really interested to see where we go with a lot of these discussions, and I mean, I think ultimately like we could keep going on this, but we should probably like save some discussion for.
We should, This was the introductory episode.
Yes. Yeah.
Just kind of just a kind of an overview, right, of everything we want to discuss. But I don't know. Is there anything else we need to? I'm just kind of looking through our notes here. Is there anything else we need to talk about?
I think we've kind of hit like the main points, and just like we might touch more on Toriyama and his like background and history, like going into Dragon Ball as we delve into stuff. We might like do a little bit more of like, you know, the history of Journey to the West or the history to Dragon Ball itself. But ultimately, like, I'm eager to see where the story goes and get more. Like,
as you point to your figure.
Yes, as I point to my lit up Goku figure. I'm curious to like do more of a deep dive on the story itself, and then like pulling in some of that stuff too.
For sure.
Like some of the surrounding, you know, Toriyama, Journey to the West stuff, other influences. Yeah.
I could also see us doing like a sidebar episode once in a while of like some like on a topic.
We are definitely talking a lot about the driving school episode, which is not in the original manga.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
like,
that's a whole
we could do
I freaking love that.
I know.
I love that episode so much.
I know.
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great.
So good. Yep.
All right.
So what should we next episode?
Yeah.
We're gonna dive in. I think we should start with chapter 1. I'm just gonna look up really quick.
How many episodes connect to chapter 1? Or yeah, well, let's do a live look about that.
1 episode per chapter, or I don't have my. Do you have a physical copy
of the original Dragon Ball manga?
Yeah,
I don't, but I was thinking of just buying it.
Yeah, I was reading it on Shonen's app.
Yeah, through Shonen Jump.
Jump, yeah, the Shonen Jump app. Chapter
Bulma Tusan Goku, literally Bulma and Goku, or literally translated as Bloomers and the Monkey King.
Yeah,
love that.
Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball. Okay, there are.
Oh, I guess it is a 1-to-1.
Is it?
I mean, looking
with filler episodes, right? Because, let's see, the Dragon Ball. So on Shonen Jump, they do distinguish between Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, which I know is not how the original is in Japan.
Yeah.
But the original Dragon Ball manga, up until Goku flies away with Chi-Chi, is 194 chapters.
Yeah. I was just looking at like episode 1, and I guess it is a 1-to-1. Episode or chapter 2 is more of a like has like 2 and 3 episodes that counteract with it. I'm looking at like chapter details of the manga.
Okay.
And it breaks down. It says episode counterparts 2 and 3. If you go to the next one. Yeah, it kind of that very first episode, I guess, is just more of a setup, and it kind of just goes, yeah, almost like a 2-to-1 as stuff goes on.
Okay. So, I mean, the first chapter is only...
It's not very long.
It's 31 pages.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yep.
And that's manga pages, so it flies. And that goes, I don't know, peek behind the curtain. We're trying to figure out what our next episode is. But then chapter 2 is only 13.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of goes all over the place.
We could do like, I don't want to do too big of a chunk, but I don't want to do too small of a chunk either.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We can talk about it more and get back, but I think we're going to look at some early part of the original Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Whether it's like a couple chapters,
right,
or maybe we just spend time on the first chapter and really like...
First chapter and like maybe the history of how it came about. That actually sounds pretty good. Like, we can just do chapter 1, episode 1 if you want to watch the anime. I'm going to watch the anime alongside.
Yes, same.
But like chapter 1, episode 1, maybe some like how Dragon Ball came to be. Discussion too would be good, I think.
Yeah, and like any sort of interviews and like editorial stuff that we figure out like that was cut or like the editor said, oh, you should bring this in. Like you mentioned the monkey character.
The original design of Goku. Yeah,
yes.
Right. Yep. Or Bulma's first name, which was not Bulma.
Yeah, that's true.
and what Bulma means.
Yeah, what does Bulma mean? We will find out.
Oh, I think another great episode idea would be Toriyama's naming conventions.
Yeah. Like what made him decide, to use stuff or not use stuff, and like things he forgot about too. You know?
Yes. That'd be a fun one.
Mm-hmm. That would be.
So, okay, so we're going to look forward to chapter 1, maybe chapter 1 and 2.
Yes.
And the corresponding anime episodes, and some history of how Dragon Ball came to be. I think that'd be a good episode 2 for us.
Yes. Please look forward to the next episode of Journey to the East.
Yes.